Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again talking about another awful Sony non-Spider-Man universe movie.
Here we go.
Thankfully, the Sony universe has finally decided to stop fucking making these non-Spider-Man villain movies. But honestly, I'm kind of sad to see it go, you know what I mean? But I am thankful that the studio has finally decided to stop making these movies without Spider-Man in them. And that's really the biggest complaint that I have going forward with these non-Spider-Man movies, including this one. Like, why would any studio ever think it's a good idea to go ahead and make movies about a villain superhero without that superhero in the movie? It would be like if we started getting Mr. Freeze or Killer Croc solo movies without Batman in them. Now, I'm not saying that this can be handled well or can be executed well. There obviously have been solo movies before about villains that are pretty good, and plus the Venom movies did do good enough to finish their own trilogies. However, this movie is no exception. It is really lame, and it's really long. The second you hear about a director coming out to tell the public to give their movie a chance, and whenever you see the studio put out the first 10 minutes of the movie before the release of the actual movie, you know you're in for some shit. Now, unlike other Sony's non-Spider-Man movies, Kraven is a really cool character. Not the one that we see in this movie. I'm mainly just talking about the Kraven from the Insomniac games. Because in the Spider-Man games, Kraven just kills a lot of Spider-Man villains just for the hell of it. It's really fucked up seeing this character kill all these people that Spider-Man has had trouble defeating just for the hell of it. And that's really the main problem with this movie, because it makes Kraven a good guy. One of the first lines this doofus says is that he's hunting this guy because this guy kills women and children across the globe.
Glava Kirovski Grubirovki. Davaya oruzia ubivaya tisishimu shen jenshen idite pusimomiru.
And we get a whole movie about this guy wanting justice, even though in the other properties where we've seen Kraven, he was not wanting justice at all. Kraven from other properties stands out among the usual villains that we get in most superhero properties, because we always see a supervillain with a reason or a vendetta or a good soul become corrupt, and then the superhero defeats them or whatever. But not Kraven. He is not like that at all. This motherfucker kills Spider-Man's villains and causes a lot more problems just because he can. He doesn't want glory, he doesn't want money, he just wants a challenge.
I asked for an equal, and this is what you find.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga! You know nothing about.
And that's who Kraven is. He's not a good guy, but he's also not killing Spider-Man's villains in this movie. I mean, wouldn't it be really cool if we got a whole movie about someone killing Spider-Man's villains? I mean, there's a million reasons on why someone would be killing Spider-Man's villains. I mean, they keep popping up in universes that they don't belong in. Now, some superhero movies are really bad, but at least they're good in their own way because they're so bad. And this movie is not one of those movies. And I cannot stop thinking to myself how unfortunate Aaron Taylor Johnson has been in the superhero industry. And if you don't know who that is, that's the guy that plays Kraven the Hunter. But I am going to give Aaron Taylor some credit here. At least he finally learned how to dodge bullets.
You didn't see that coming.
I just think you need to stop being in superhero movies, man. It's clearly not working for you. And what I really think people dislike the most about this movie is that, for one, we're probably not going to see Kraven in the MCU or in any Spider-Man movie because of this movie. To go back to the trailer that gives us the first 10 minutes of the movie, the trailer doesn't even do a good job in wanting us to go see this movie. The first 10 minutes is Kraven being transported to a prison, then he eventually breaks out. However, the guy has super strength, he can climb up walls, so why did you let yourself get caught? I'm sure you could have just walked in there. I mean, it's not like bullets can stop you anyways.
You didn't see that coming.
I should also mention that after this point in the movie, things go really downhill. I mean, it wasn't a high bar to start with anyway, so going downhill is, you know, not putting it lightly. Because instead of getting a movie about a character killing Spider-Man's villains, which would have been a million times better, we instead get a movie about this guy wanting justice for the millions of women and kids getting killed by random gangs. Should also tell you that this is going to be the entire theme for the rest of the movie. Really, the only other expansion we see on Kraven's character is that animals, specifically land animals, really like him. I don't have any footage of this, obviously, but this motherfucker is just Aquaman, but for land animals. He's fucking Landman. Anyway, Landman just spends the whole movie speaking Russian or whatever the fuck while also trying to get justice again for the women and children who were killed. Anyways, whatever. This movie sucks. Don't watch it. I know you didn't watch this movie because that's why you clicked on this video. There's really nothing else to talk about other than the fact that this movie is the end to the Sony Spider-Man movies. So at least one good thing came about in this movie. But I should also mention that this movie is 2 hours long, but it feels like it's 3 hours long. On a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it a don't pay to see this out of 10. Anyways, that's about it.
Тебя волки сожрут.